First day of the year, UV index 6. Let's fucking go. When the UV index goes up, we celebrate. Outside all day, except if you need to do base science video inside. Because today, we're gonna highlight an influencer. A person who tries to influence people to be healthy. And actually does a fucking good job. First of all, he's trustworthy guy. And you can analyze it yourself. But all my spidey senses tell me this fellow is very trustworthy. So we can take the fraudulent snake oil salesman aspect of the many influencers are out there trying to get your resources with their bullshit ass products. I got some products to sell you. Or some really bad ideas. But this fellow, all my spidey senses tell me, very trustworthy, honest, virtuous human. But I could be wrong. And that brings me to the second one. If somebody brings me information that says the otherwise, I'm open to it. I'm willing to learn. So I can know better. So I can do better. And this guy actually does that. What most of these mood brain influencers never do. They never learn anything. And by that, their audiences never learn anything. They just spinning in their wheels. Doing the longest freaking burnout of all time. But this guy is actually searching, constantly searching this Dunning-Kruger. Where is it? Where is my ignorance? Is there more knowledge I can reach? This is what based knowledge enjoyers, people who want to get higher levels at base knowledge do. Their minds stay open at all times. If you are fraudulent, you cannot do that because you cannot sell your little product, your little methods, your little whatever the fuck for dummies. So that's why you stay on your lane and you don't try to scam people. Or if you are ignorant, you just smooth brainer. That brain hasn't received enough DHA. You haven't been outside on good ass UV light since last year. You never see sunrise, you never see sunset. Your ballsack, your tits never see sunlight. Your bare ass never sits in the ground. So no wonder your brain doesn't work. You're on these devices watching these influencers who are also doing all the wrong things because they never learn, because that brain ain't functioning. And maybe they are not willing to learn. They're too lazy because their redox sucks. They cannot create energy out of their environment. So So it's no freaking mystery why some of these people, why most people stay smooth-brained individuals who never learn. The head is always in the sand. But this guy? No. This guy is searching for his Dunning-Kruger. He's trying to search how to be better, how to do better. Because that's how it goes. More base knowledge. You know better. Then you can actually act on that knowledge and do better. this guy does it. Now this ties back what I've been talking about for many of my videos in the raw meat community, because this guy also enjoys some raw chicken time to time, already based. He's into the raw meat based. But he don't make the mistake. He did this in the past, but he learned. And he tells his audience what he learned and teaches his audience, actually very good teacher, teaches his audience what he learned. So they can encounter their own Dunning-Krugers and get knowledge and start doing better, because that's how we break the system. People start to know better, people start to do better. So we don't freaking play these Rothschild, Rockefeller, technocrat, Fabian, Zionist games anymore. Because we know better, and those games suck. We know that they enslave us. They put us in cages, imaginary or real. But this guy dives into the raw meat movement, and he broke free from the raw meat dogma. And I would like to see most raw meat eaters break through. Let's see it. Excellent health. Let's see if your health is really excellent. The banner already based. Sunset or a sunrise by the sea. There's a couple dolphins or whales also. Super based banner. Jones, my brother from Sweden. Although he's from his genetics are from Middle East, I think. Young guy, young influencer, trying to influence other people to be healthy. I think he's 22, 23, 24, that age range. And he does the impossible, what seems to be the impossible for every influencer. He freaking learns. Firstly, let's read his post that's been published 1 day ago. You are more likely to engage in a destructive behavior under blue light. Now, one thing I'm gonna say before we read this is his knowledge is basically from Jack Kruse, Dr. Jack Kruse, which I get most of my knowledge. I'm a member of the Jack Kruse, because Jack Kruse is the ultimate base knowledge wielder. And we all need to learn from somebody, and Jack Kruse is a really good place to learn about health, politics, history, economics, wealth, money, how to use your time effectively. All that. He gives a great advice, as you have seen from many of my videos that I've reacted to Dr. Kruse. So he gets his pretty much all of his information from that Dr. Jack Kruse, but he puts it in his own way. So that's cool. The findings demonstrated that individuals were significantly less loss averse under blue enriched light compared to blue depleted light. My people in the community already know about this. This is his marketing spiel. But it's not bad. He's a good guy. Realize that light coming in through the eyes and skin have huge health effects, because our visual and non-visual photoreceptors. And what destroys those? UV light. No, not the UV light. Blue light. Blue light destroys. UV light builds them. Those photoreceptors are reading the UV light. UV light good, blue light only very bad. If those go haywire, those photoreceptors, everything goes to haywire. No matter how much raw meat you're gonna eat, you're still gonna have problems. Vitamin A toxicity ain't real. It is under blue light. Vitamin D is extremely dangerous under blue light. realized that light coming through the eyes and skin have huge health effects. I already read that, but it is important. So I read it again. Trust me on that. Light effects are faster and stronger than nutrition. Hence why sunlight beats all ways of eating. Yes, sir. It controls how your body utilizes the food. Also, the light is constantly in your environment. It has constant effect on you. Food only has effect a couple times a day you eat, few times a day you eat. Same goes with the non-native EMFs. They are in most cases around you all the time, damaging you all the time. If you eat shitty here and there, it only damages you in that single moment. And bender your redox, it might not even be damaging to you because your body works so well it can deal with some shitty food. So yeah, it is the father of all life on this planet or plane, and of your food as well. Yes, let there be light. Bible knows. That's the first sentence in the Bible. Probably. This is hard to believe at first. It takes a couple months, and you have to be open-minded. You have to think about these things a little bit. You have to actually know some science to actually know what's going on. You cannot just browse science this one out, or you can browse science this one out, but many people seem to be incapable of doing that. That's why I said you maybe need a little bit more hard science, and it's been there for decades already. Freaking 50-60 years in some cases, even more in some cases. It was hard to believe during my first interview with Dr. Cruz. Was it really? Because you knew already most of it before that interview, let's be honest. But yeah, good that he gives the credit to the master of light, Dr. Jack Cruz. After doing the deep dive, I realized that was 100% correct, just like myself. Hear me out. Most of my clients come to me eating really well, yet they still have bunch of issues. Why does nobody like Godis? By the way, the Godis video, he reacting to Excellent Sales video, man, that exposed Godis to me so much about his ignorance. That dude is ignorant. I think he's more in the fraudulent category because he has his own method, his own way of believing, and he's been sticking with it for freaking years. That's how he built his audience. And now he has this Jesus image. I know everything. I'm the best image. And everybody else needs to follow me. I want to be the ultimate leader. He has this freaking thing going on with his own little mind. So he doesn't have that search for Dunning-Kruger. He doesn't have that open mind. He always says, I have that open mind, but he doesn't have. He always says, these people have these religious beliefs. You have a bunch of religious beliefs, talking about God is right now, about many of these topics, because you don't actually try to freaking enlighten yourself out of your ignorance. You are set on your ways because you have something to sell over there, and this freaking lane over here is destroying bunch of, as we get to the comments, it's destroying some minds of the young impressionable people, because those young people, they cannot think yet. They don't have the brain capacity. I remember when I was like 15 to 20 years old, even 20 up to 25, I couldn't think. I thought veganism was a good idea in Finland, and that was retarded. So that's my take on Godis right now. But that's completely right, because when somebody goes to the Godis comment section and tells I'm eating all the best liver and I'm eating the raw meat all the time, but I still have skin issues, my digestion still sucks, I don't have energy. Like, people still have issues. Delete, comment, block this user. And you can see it all with every diet. And then the raw meat eaters or whatever diet is, they do the same as vegan diet. When somebody is ex-vegan and telling all his problems about vegan diet, then the vegans go like, but you didn't do the vegan diet right. Everybody in the diet movement does that. Because diet, it's like, it's not even on the top of the list of the most important things. Maybe it's probably like 4th, 5th or 6th, somewhere around there. It's important, but not in the top. Light controls your food, and some people don't wanna see it that way because ignorance or fraudulence, they glow in the dark. Or they just have the products and ideas to sell you. How could this be? Isn't nutrition supposed to solve all your issues? Yeah, that's what we think. That's that MK Ultra in your brain. That's what the leaders as well, but people who created this system we live in, want you to believe that it's all about diet and exercise, and then there's 100 different diets, and you be confused for decades, and then it's too late already. You did a couple other mistakes along the way with your little diet journey. I was on the diet journey myself for so long, searching. Like last summer I did the Arginus. That's why I can relate to Excellent Health, because he came from the Arginus to the Jack Ruse level. And the Jack Ruse level is just so much more knowledgeable. It mimics, it's so much more natural. That's the baseline. It's so much more natural. It's all about nature. And even some of these raw meat naturalists, are they all about nature? We're gonna argue about that. I don't think so myself. It doesn't, and it never will. Get that in your head right now. Health comes from everything that affects human health. Exactly. There is so many things that affect it that I have spoken about in all my freaking videos. I was myopic myself, even last winter still. But these days we see the bigger picture more clearer than ever before. The puzzle pieces fit together like the Toulson says. And nutrition is just one part of the puzzle. Fix your nutrition and then move on to the next thing you need to fix. Don't get stuck. I see that in so many people. And he sees that in so many people. That's why he said it. That's the most basic mistake bunch of these guys and girls and people trying to get healthy make. Until you learn about and take action on the health pillars, you will experience issues, especially nature always whispers in your ear, are you doing it right? Or are you doing it wrong, dog? Always. You might not be experiencing any issues right now, but you might also not be as healthy as you could be. Well, in the modern world, none of us are as healthy as we could be with our histories, our backgrounds, our current environments. It's almost impossible to find actually pristine environment to live in and have good, loving relationships with your family, with your friends, with your community, with your tribe, and then get access to high quality food all the time, and then live under, like I said, pristine environment, no geoengineering, no non-native EMFs, no 5G beaming down your ears, all that. I get 0 pimples, the skin on my back is smooth again, all my bowel movements are perfect, I'm no longer light sensitive, my hay fever pollen allergy is gone, mine is not yet. I still have pollen allergy to some grass or hay type of plant, But it's pretty mild. It was way worse. Like in the best, but I still got it a little bit. But I don't do things perfectly myself. I do the best I can. My brain works better than it ever has. I'm there as... trying to say that and then fucking it up, but I'm there myself as well. I'm calm, peaceful and content. That's big on if you want to be healthy. And don't lie to yourself. If you're not one, if you're not this, say it. When I'm not, I jump back very quickly. Yeah, there's moments in the modern world especially, and overall like the equinoxes, the seasonal changes, the solar flares, all those things. The poles are shifting right now faster than ever. The magnetic fluxes of this world, all those natural things can affect how we feel that we don't even, most of us don't think about it. The moon cycles, the sun cycles, all those affect because we are electromagnetic beings, and those things hugely naturally change the electromagnetic spectrum on this earth, and it is changing how we feel. The raw animal-based diet was never the reason, as I had issues with most of these when eating perfectly. Did you say that then to your audience? I don't think so. You came a little bit later saying that, but that's what human beings do. But at least you're saying it now. But I agree, I also was there. Like I'm doing so much better now than I was doing last summer when I was doing fully raw animal-based diet. The pictures of me you see down below are results of thinking that nutrition is the most important thing. This is the best example. This guy looks way more healthier right now than he did a year ago. Nobody can argue that. And with these Goaties boys and all those guys, Black Pill dudes and all those, they're all about how good do you look. That's the only thing that matters. And then there's also the facades, like what really is looking good and what's just a facade, like being shredded, big muscles. But Goaties and many, I don't know, Goaties knows this, but maybe not many people in the Black Pill community. And many people just in general in diet and fitness and exercise communities don't know that. Like muscles don't mean shit when it comes to health. Let's be honest, how shredded you are doesn't mean shit when it comes to health. But this guy, you can see clearly, he speaks better in his videos, he looks way better, his vitality, his aura is stronger because the light inside of him is more coherent. That's why all those changes happen, in my opinion. But then some people come like, it's all about raw meat. Cold exposure sucks. This guy's been doing a lot of cold exposure that many of the naturalist movement see as a big stressor. But if you actually study it, it's not. And if you actually try it yourself, then you actually know what the fuck is going on. Try it yourself and then come to speak. If you don't try it yourself, you never have, and then you don't even look at the science, and you're just trying to bro science this one, trust me bro this one. Bro. But this guy did a lot of cold exposure last winter, and he looks way better now. So explain that one. Yes, I said that already. If you would like proof of this, watch the video of my school page. The real reason you should watch the video is because I have an amazing community of health conscious people in there who become very healthy rapidly. If you like amazing health conscious people and the idea of becoming super healthy, you'll fit right in there. I would probably myself do Jack Cruz membership first. I'm a Jack Cruz member right now. He has so much information and he knows the ins and outs way better than Excellent Health, because Excellent Health is downstream from Jack Cruz. But he probably has good videos in his community as well, and it's cheaper. So I don't know. I haven't been the member. By the way, I've been Goddess Telegram group member. I know what he says behind the paywall, and I know what most of these people say behind the paywall, and nobody comes close to what Dr. Jack Cruz says. His blogs are like insanely good. If you want to read the science, he explains the mechanisms super well behind these things. It's pretty complex, like it's really complex if English is not your first language, or you are not good in English and you don't have any scientific background. It might be way too complex for you. But he has these videos, these webinars, he has these member Q&As that are sometimes like 5 to 6 hours long, that he just answers all these questions about his members, and those are badass. You can learn so much from those about all these diseases, how to live healthily in this modern world, as healthy as you can, and probably how to get as wealthy in this modern world as you can, and which places to avoid, which are good places, all that good jazz. But okay, let's see a couple of these comments and then end this long ass video. Was there this? I just want to point out some comments. Okay, maybe they were under the cold therapy post. This is not good for you, man. Don't do it yourself. Just eating raw meat is enough for your health. Like these motherfuckers. I bet this guy's under 20. If he's over 20, it's over for you, dog. No, it's not, but I bet this is very young guy. But this type of thinking, it will lead to nowhere. You're gonna be a burnout master, huh? You're gonna be spinning in your wheels, and you're gonna realize someday, man, I was a retard back then. We all have those moments. Cold exposure is very bad for you. And I was there in like the Goddess cold exposure thing. It's stressful. I didn't know about it, and I was like, it doesn't make sense. But then you see all these tribes living in these cold places fully naked because they're extremely cold adapted. Then you actually start to learn about the science of cold. That's how you create light inside of you, which makes your hormones work good, which makes the circadian rhythms work good. So you have to be cold adapted in cold environments when it's cold there. If you want to be natural, healthy human being, you have to be. Now, how much cold exposure you need to do? These tribal people in some of the cold places that didn't get super cold, they were naked outside. Maybe they had some leather shoes, or they had some fire sometimes and some leather jackets. But these people that live in extremely cold places, like over the Arctic Circle, they have to have some, like, humans are not going to survive in those places without some clothing and fire and stuff. But I would bet they are still extremely cold adapted. And this Excellent Health cold video has many good points about it. Who do you think is healthier, Goddess or Sean Baker? Goddess. What about exercise? Good or bad? Depends. Cold bad for you, little dude. Stop that dress. I love the little dude comment. I bet this guy's also pretty little downstairs, if you know what I mean. But that's a good little ad hominem. I don't agree, but I will watch. I'm always open to changing my mind if the evidence is compelling. That's good. Sleep wave based. Best way to actually know is to do it yourself, test it yourself. Then you actually know what the hell is going on. And everybody's body, everybody's health is N equals 1 game. Everybody's health is completely different than other people's. So you need to know for yourself. That's the most important thing. So yeah. That's my best science video for you today. I gotta go back outside because the UV light is strong. It's been kinda shitty, the weather. I'm gonna be honest, but I'm been feeling good because I'm been outside all day. That's where all the answers are. All the answers.